already told the front office that the guy canceled the load, so but there's a COD. Welcome back to the channel for another video. Man, we are here at a drop-off. Got my paperwork here for the drop-off. I'm looking for someone to get me unloaded. They told me to come over here to this warehouse, and we are delivering at basically like a power company. So we just got some building materials that we are delivering, and let me show y'all what the load looks like. So this load actually was 1 pick, 2 drops. So let me turn here. So it is all of this. Going back over here. So basically a bunch of like steel that we are getting. So we got the guy, he coming out now to tell me where he gonna get me delivered at. So let me get back with y'all. So he's not getting me unloaded. They actually have a guy that is coming over here to take me to where I'm getting unloaded. But let me show you guys something as far as maybe a little bit different. I really don't see this with other hotshot guys that kind of talk about this, but I wanted to go ahead and share with you guys some of this information. So again, this is a 1 pick, 2 drop load, right? And this was a local load. It was only going like 90 miles, right? For this load here, for this pickup, or actually for this delivery, there is a COD on this one. Not trying to get too much information out, but there's a COD, right? So with CODs, basically what they did was they gave me an envelope. So FedEx envelope with a shipping label on there. And basically what will happen is that this customer, if they have not handled the invoice already for the cash on delivery, that's what COD stands for. So cash on delivery, if they have not handled it yet, as far as for that invoice, they will give you the check, right? And basically they will watch you put the check in FedEx. You got to seal it up. And then from there, basically you got to be the one to take it to FedEx to ship it out. Of course, they will pay you for this. So you do get compensated for doing these type of loads. So just wanted to say that this other one that I'm dropping off to, it doesn't have a COD. And here goes the guy right here. Rodney.
Yeah.
What's up, man?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man.
Who you delivering to?
I'm delivering to you guys. This is.
I had a steel bill delivered yesterday. That's why I was like.
Yeah, so it shows a COD. They were telling me that there was a check, or if you guys already handled the invoice already, basically that there was an invoice for the COD.
You got a little hot shot going on there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I got another one I'm delivering too. It's going to, this one is going to Jonesboro.
Jonesboro.
Yeah, let me see if it's, I'm trying to see if it's going to a power company as well. Let me see. That one's in here. Now this is going to a storage sense. It's going to another access control. I think they get most of it. I think y'all only get like a few items off that truck. They get most of it. All right, y'all. So basically, man, like I said, cash on delivery. What will happen is that the place that you pick up are going to hand you the envelope, and then from there you'll have to make sure that you get the check, or you communicate with the person that's receiving the load saying, hey, there is a cash on delivery with this one. Have you taken care of it? Like, have you went on their website? Have you called them to take care of the invoice? Like, they took over your credit card over the phone? Or do you have a check prepared for me to go ahead and send it over to them? So basically with this one, I didn't want to drive back to, because I picked this up in Tallapoosa. So I didn't want to drive all the way back to Tallapoosa to go hand them the check. It just don't make sense. So I would rather just go to a FedEx, drop it off from there, and then you're done with it from that point. But that is with cash on delivery loads, as far as not necessarily me getting paid cash on delivery, but the actual the actual manufacturer is getting paid for the freight, right? So for them preparing and cutting and all that steel and all that stuff, they're the ones that's going to get paid for that, and then you simply just dealing with the broker as far as with that one. So yeah, man, I wanted to let y'all know that. Another story, man, with this one is that yesterday we booked this load, right? The load was paying a little over $6 a mile. And we've dealt with this broker before. They're really, honestly, we don't have no complaints as far as with the broker. It's mostly the manufacturer. So we picked this up from a place in Tallapoosa, right? He was like, hey, can you get there at 11:30? And I was like, yeah, I'm actually en route, to head there, and I can get there a little bit before 11:30. So I get there at the time that I promised I was going to get there, and I'm sitting there waiting. And I'm waiting there. It's been 3 hours, and the broker will pay. So the first 2 hours, basically, you wait is pretty much like they're not gonna pay you for it. So first 2 hours, if you waiting, they're not paying you for the first 2 hours. But anything after the 2 hours, it's all layover. So I'm there for 3 hours, still not loaded. 4 hours go by, still not loaded. It got to the point where they finally pulled me in, and they were just like, hey, the thing about this load is that we got it on another truck. So what was going on with this one was that there was a broker that already had the load, and I'm assuming that they booked the load with a driver. With the time, as far as waiting for all this time for this stuff to be cut, painted, and all of this stuff or whatever, that person didn't want to wait. So that person, I'm assuming, either left, because you can leave your trailer there or whatever. So I'm assuming the person just left with their trailer there, waiting for it to get loaded, and just canceled the load. So it ended up going to this other broker, which I called, booked the load with. So I get the load. I'm there. They trying to run around trying to find the load. Found out that the load was on another trailer already. So they taking some of the load off of their trailer and putting it on mine. As he's looking at the packing list, he's like, man, we missing some items. So he was like, man, one of them is in a warehouse getting cut right now. So I'm like, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I would say, no, I can't wait. It's not that I can't wait. It was just like, I can't wait without like eating, man. Like, I've been up here since 11:30 and I haven't ate nothing. And I need to also take care of some things that I wanted to take care of. One of them was getting new tires on my truck. So I was like, man, can I leave my trailer and leave and come back? So the dude was like, talk to the supervisor. The supervisor's like, yeah, man, just drive around. That item that you're looking for is in a whole nother part of the shop. So I go around, park my trailer, and he was like, man, you go ahead and drop. I leave. I go back out, and man, they didn't call me until like 7 at night before I actually was able to get loaded. So I finally got back. It was traffic, of course, so I didn't get there till around 8. Finally got strapped, secured, go band to go check out. They take pictures and all of that stuff, give me the envelope and all of that, and I'm finally out of there. But again, now it's 8:47, close to 9 o'clock when I finally was able to get out of there. So today we reached back out to them. We sent them the times and all of that, and basically they paid me an extra $300 on this load here just for my layover. So the load was already paying $485. Now I'm getting $785 for literally just 90 miles for these 2 drops here. So yeah, guys, good money still. It is what it is as far as for the layovers, stuff that you got to deal with as far as with the game. But yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that, man. So there is, like, if you're sitting there waiting, they will pay for layover, retention, whatever you want to call it, right? So yeah, so that's what they did. And that's how we get him paid for this load. So I think we finally here and gonna get me loaded. All right, guys, I want to record him because he had a check. He already knows about the cash on delivery, but he kind of like apprehensive as far as giving me the check. I'm not sure exactly why, because I don't know if it's skin color or what, but we're gonna see. But I didn't really want to record it, kind of make him like, make it so obvious that I'm recording him or whatever and getting a check. So I kind of want to just, be calm about the situation, not really record. So, but he does have a check. I just want to let y'all know that he does have a check. He already aware of it. I showed him the envelope. I showed him the COD and what the check needed to be made for and made to. So from there, he kind of asking questions like, oh, where you from? Are you local type deal? So he's asking like a lot of questions. A lot of times, like, everybody done this, like I said, it's only been one other time where I had to deal with a cash on delivery type load. And they were fine. Like they handed me the check and I was gone or whatever. But this one, he kind of apprehensive or whatever. So we'll see how it goes, man. But no big deal. I mean, if he want to drop it off himself, he can. It ain't no bigger than me. We'll see. Well, guys, I would say, man, he literally talked to me for about 30 minutes before he handed me that check. Stuff you gotta go through, man, but we finally headed to literally get unloaded. I said loaded last time, but I meant to say unloaded. But yeah, we finally going to this spot where we're gonna get unloaded. And I already got the check here. Already sealed it in the envelope. And yeah, man, we're gonna go get unloaded and then head over to Jonesboro. And that's gonna finish out my day. Yeah, man. I'll catch with y'all once we get to this place where they're gonna get me unloaded. Y'all, as y'all see, the long process with this one. Didn't think it was gonna take this long.
Turn right.
But it is what it is. Now we headed to the second drop. This is gonna take me closer to home because we're going back up to or north of Georgia now. So yeah, man, that's what we're trying to get to. So now we heading to Jonesboro to do our last.
In half a mile, turn left.
It's not a cash on delivery on this load, so we good. We should be able to just drop off and get up out of here. But man, as you can see, the guy really was interested in hot shot, as most people when I go to these drop offs. So he really wanted to get into it. He was helping me more than anybody with the straps and all of that. I guess he was just trying to get a feel for like what we do or what I do on a day-to-day basis. And he was asking me a lot of questions, man. So But the thing about it, man, is a lot of people ask decent questions, but it's not the right question to me. You know, things I would want to ask is, what's the risk of hot shot? Like, what are most of your risks? Like, what do your bad months look like? You know, you want to see what's the mistakes, I would say, and then learn from those mistakes. Of course, yeah, you can get a truck, yeah, you can get a trailer, yeah, you get insurance and all of that. But then what's going to keep you on the road? You know, who and what?
Turn left.
First, who is going to keep you on the road? And then what is going to keep you on the road? What do you do when you break down? Like, those are the questions I would ask. You know, he want to know how often you at home. You know, not often. You know, like I said, me, I'm maybe averaging one day.
In 1.2 miles, turn left onto State Route 87.
2 days a week, maybe. Most of the time we out on the road. This week I'm staying home, just because, you know, my wife got some things set up, so I want to be home to support her on her business ventures that she got. So yeah, man, you just want to make sure that you got a proper business plan, you got a proper system in place, man, before you just jump out here in this hot shot world. So, but yeah, man, so we headed to the next drop. The guy's right here in front of me. He got in his truck and he's leaving, I guess, as well. So yeah, man. But I'm gonna catch y'all at the next drop, and then, man, we're gonna go ahead and conclude this video from there, and I'll see y'all at the next drop. Well, guys, never had this happen before, but I got to the second drop and I couldn't make the drop off. The reason being is because the customer canceled the load. So basically, the broker had promised them that the load would be dropped in between 10 and 11, but I had to do my 10-hour reset from last night. So last night, again, I didn't get loaded until 8. I didn't check out until I think like 8:47. So when I checked out, I ended up driving to Marietta, Georgia.
In 2 miles, take exit 247 to merge onto I-20 West toward Birmingham.
And to, you know, I was going to rest there so I can get up and head, you know, so I can be closer to Jonesboro, Juliet area. And with that being said, it means I have a 10-hour reset. So it's going to put me back behind time. So basically, with traffic and everything, I didn't stop driving till around a little after 10 from Tallapoosa to Marietta. I got home, or I got to, not home, but I got to my rest area around 10, a little after 10 o'clock. So they saw that because they got tracking on me. And of course they apologized about it, and I told you they compensated me for the layover. But now the time for me to drop off is going to be a lot later because I can't start my day off until I do my 10-hour reset. So the time that they promised them was no way I was going to make it at that time. So I made it to the first drop, which I don't understand why, but you know, Jonesboro is closer than Juliet. I could have went to Jonesboro first, then went down to Juliet and made both drops. But they wanted me to go to Juliet first and then head to Jonesboro. So it's not our fault. Basically what happened is that I called the customer, the point of contact that they gave me, and the dude was like, I already left. I had to go to another site, and I can't receive that load until the 12th of December. So you're going to talk to the broker and see what you're going to do about the load. Thank God, man, that this load was local, because what if I went all the way across, you know, another state and all this or whatever, and then I had to go return this load? It'll be a whole nother hassle, but this is local. So I'm not really complaining about it because we're going to be compensated. And they said that, you know, basically we're going to negotiate a rate for you guys and see if we can compensate you guys for, you know, you guys were still able to make it to the drop-offs, both drop-offs, you know, and of course, like I said, they got tracking so they can see where I've been at, how long I was at the job sites and all that stuff to get unloaded. So, so yeah, man, it's just another thing as far as with trucking that I just wanted to show you guys that it's not always just, you know, rainbows, and it's not always just you know, all great and everything like that. You know, I have, of course I have videos where, you know, we making drop off time, people are there and people stay over for us at times, but this one they couldn't, there was no communication. So cancel the load. So basically what happened in this, guy, so basically I reached, you know, the broker ended up reaching out to my wife and basically telling us like, hey, they canceled the load. We just found out they canceled the load. I'm like, what do you mean? You know, you just found out? Because I just called the customer and he told me. So I know he told you guys before he told me. So they were like, yeah. So basically, you know, you got to go back to Tallapoosa and basically give them back the load. I still have my first BOL already signed. The second BOL is not signed, but I do have the check. So now I don't have to go to FedEx. I'm gonna go drop it off right at Tallapoosa, hand them this check, and yeah. And then from there, like I said, we communicate with the broker as far as for a rate for this one. So of course we're gonna be, you know, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get somewhere to comment it now, because we was already getting paid $7.85 for this load. So now we're gonna get something a little bit. Of course, we definitely gonna be in the thousands with this load. So we'll see what we gonna be able to come up with. You know, with all this driving that we're doing, which, like I said, it's not a lot of driving, to be honest with you. It's really not. But there is driving. So I'm driving about another 67 miles to go back to Tallapoosa now from Jonesboro. So we gonna see, man. We're gonna see what we're gonna come up with. I'm thinking around, I don't know, 13 to 15, somewhere around there, but we'll see. But I just wanted to let you guys know kind of what you do in this predicament, man. If a customer cancels a load while you still got a load on your trailer, more than likely what you're gonna do is you just take it back to your pickup, speak back with the broker, communicate with the broker, and basically what we'll use is we're gonna just use the first BOL that I did pick up, or that I got signed, and with that, they'll probably end up making a new rate-con sheet just saying, hey, you went from here to here, this is the rate, and then you just sign that rate, you know, if you agree to it, and then from there you go ahead and send it to factor and get it factored. And then this other load, basically they're gonna just do away with probably for another day, and you'll just have for me on this situation, I'll just have just that one load going to Juliet, Georgia, and then that's how they'll go ahead and do it, and they'll just take away that other load that I picked up and just compensate me for, you know, for both of them, but having just one address on there as opposed to the two drop-offs.
Stay in the third lane from right and go past this exit.
But yeah, guys, let me go ahead and focus on this road because I'm in traffic right now and I'm trying to get over onto this exit. And basically, man, I'll just get back with you guys once I make it to Tallapoosa, and we'll go from there. All right, y'all, so we just made it to the pickup, now also the drop-off location. Basically, they about to get me unloaded. I went on ahead and told the front office that the guy canceled the load. So right now, we're just gonna go ahead and get unloaded, and man, that's gonna conclude the day. Unfortunate, but again, we still gonna get compensated for it, so it's not really too bad. I mean, it's the customer's loss, not mine. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the unload. We're gonna go ahead and drop this trailer over here somewhere, and man, get back to it within like a week or so. But let me show y'all, man, pretty much the unloading, and I'll catch y'all in a few. right, y'all, so we over here at the truck yard. I'm about to go ahead and unlatch my trailer for my truck, and man, we're gonna get up out of here. So yeah, man, we already got paid on the load. I think we ended up agreeing on 11.35. Felt like that was comparable for the drive and everything. So today we made 11.35 with just one drop, and just came back and dropped off the or 2 drops, I guess you could say, because I came back to the actual location to where I did the pickup at. So yeah, man, that's gonna conclude this video, guys. Finish. That's it, man. Hopefully y'all learned something from this video, that you guys know now. You know, if a customer does cancel the pickup, again, it's holiday season, so I guess I kind of get it now. And I guess they want it on their time, so they'll pay for it. But yeah, guys, so that's it. Go ahead, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you can see when I upload a new video. All right, guys, I'll see y'all on the next one. We out.